Hello, good morning or good day to everyone. This is the Gaming Aztec. Welcome to another video today. I will be giving you my thoughts on the Developer Direct, which happened yesterday. I hope all of you will enjoy it. So let's begin. When I saw the Developer Direct, it was announced to us that we will be getting four shows, four games from four studios, which are Obsidian, Ninja Theory, Oxide Games, and Machine Games. So the first game which was shown to us was Avowed, which was from Obsidian Entertainment. So after while watching this game, first of all, we have to say that the game itself is very beautiful. It is when I saw the game, I immediately thought a mix of Pillars of Eternity and Skyrim, which was one of the selling points of the game. The main concerns which was raised before by the community is because when they saw the previous gameplay, I think from Twitter or a video, it, they said that the game was not graphically beautiful, the design, which I think that time they say that was on beta or alpha build, so that's why it was like that. But looking at the gameplay now, are playing when they are showing the combat and a little bit of story, it is very beautiful. And what I like is you can choose any way you want to play. If you want to play it with a sword and shield, you want to play dual wands or dual pistols. Oh, there's also the sword and gun, which I thought yesterday that there was no sword and gun. So that was going to be my preferred fighting style, the sword and gun if it is released, or the double pistol. So hopefully that I am confident on this game. It will be very great. I think it will be a top game of the year candidate or the game of the year candidate since it's Obsidian. They rarely miss. All of the games when I saw the direct yesterday, it was all very good. I just hope that they will not have another Redfall situation for this game, and I hope that Microsoft has learned their lesson so that a repeat of Redfall will not happen again. But man, look at that gunplay. Look at those weaving of the wands, very fast. We can play as however we want, a sword and one, a double one. I don't know if they have double welding swords in the game. I hope they have. Like we will be like Kirito from Sao, like the Black Swordsman. So thinking about it and all of them saying about the game, it's very informative. It shows to me that the developers are enjoying making the games that they want, and I think that's the best thing that we should have. We should all enjoy the things that we are working or our work. We should enjoy our work should not be a chore or a hassle. That's what I said in the previous videos. We should all enjoy what we do, so we should not dictate the game studios or the developers, the publishers to do the game, or they should do the game at a certain way that we always want. Maybe it's just yes, it's a perspective of us the gamers or as a players of maybe that's our preference, but not all. So we should not force upon ourselves what we want upon the game developers. They should be able and be free to do or make any game they want any way they want. So if there are people like I saw before in watching Gaming Addicts video, shout out to him, about saying that there are certain parts of the community that are complaining that they want the Indiana Jones game to be third person. So I think it's okay to voice your opinion, but you do not have a right to dictate or command people to do what you want if you're not the one doing the job. The developers are the one doing the games, so they should be able to be free to do whatever they want on how they want to make the game. So sorry about that little rant. I'm not here to talk about that thing, but it just stings when you hear people criticizing your own work. It's okay to criticize if it's constructive, but don't ever complain or badmouth people just because they want to do it a certain way, unlike you do. Okay, so next, the game that they have next shown was, so my as we see here, after moving the video, it is available everywhere on PC, Game Pass, and Xbox Series X and S. It will be released this fall 2024. I hope that there will be no more delays or problems and that the game will release at this fall 2024. So the next game they have shown was, it was a game from Ninja Theory, which is Hellblade, Hellblade Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. So Hellblade, when I saw this game, I say this is Xbox answer for God of War, because it's a third person, over the shoulder adventure action game with deep storytelling. When the developers talked about this game, they said that the the game itself was double or two times greater than their first game, and showing that the when Senyu was walking on the bridge, it kind of reminds me of God of War, to be honest. So I hope that the game, first of all, is graphically stunning. For me personally, I am not really a fan of the game of Hellblade, Senua Saga, or Hellblade in general, since I am not much into the horror or psychological genres of the game. That's not my jam. So forgive me for those who are fans of them, but we as gamers have our own tastes and own preferences in gaming. But maybe after a few months, or if the game is nearing in release, maybe I will change my mind. Maybe I'll give it a try, since especially it's on Game Pass and it's an Xbox first party game and it's very hyped by the community and Xbox for many years. Well, I will give it a try. So after watching this and finding out how the developers say that they wanted to portray the game or Senua itself as a character that we, the players, can, let's say, realismly experience and maybe feel the psychological burdens that she is enduring. It make it give it I am intrigued, since gaming should be fun, should be immersive. So if, like what they say, that you almost borderline experience or feel the things that and how the emotions, the feelings, and the passion they put on the game itself can be felt by us while playing the game. I am really intrigued by this, even though, like what I said, I am not a big fan of horror games for psychological games. Even though I know Resident Evil, I did not play Resident Evil when the remake was launched and Resident 2 was released on Game Pass. I still did not play it. Even those games like Dead Space, I'm not playing those types of games. But I will see. I have no issues with the game itself, because especially how the community's questions and concerns were the combat. But since we were already given combat footage, we know it is a third person action adventure over the shoulder game. So like what I said, it is Xbox God of War, their answer for God of War. Okay, look at that. Great sword play. Wow. So okay, I have no more thoughts about the game. The next game that was shown was, I think, was it Oxide Games? Okay. A surprise. Oh, before I go to to that, so they gave a release date on Hellblade, which is good. They gave a definite release date of May 21. So for those who are hype or excited for Hellblade 2, you can actually pre-install the game on Xbox now so that you can play it on day one. So I suggest for those who enjoy it, you pre-install it and mark your calendars for May 21. For the next game that they have shown in the developer direct, it was a surprise guest or a surprise appearance from none other than, you'll see here in the video, it was a surprise appearance from, let's see, here it is a guest, so it's making computer notifications, pop-ups, which was a game from Square Enix. Before, when the developer Derek was not yet shown, there were rumors that Square Enix might appear in the show, so which is what happened. So the rumor itself was true, but the rumor the rumor's content was about Final Fantasy VII going to Xbox, but that did not happen. So what happened is that Square Enix was there in the show, but it is not Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that was shown, but it was the Visions of Mana, which is Visions of Mana is part of the Mana series, which was a famous series, I think, in the PlayStation. It's a like a PlayStation exclusive. So here, giving us the first look of their new iteration of the Mana series, which is the Visions of Mana, which will go to Xbox. I don't know if it will come to Game Pass. Let's see later. I forgot. It is it is a good thing for Square Enix to slowly but surely put their games on Xbox. Whether they put it on Game Pass or not, at least it shows that there is progress and the fruits of Phil Spencer's work with saying that he wants to improve relationships, especially on the with the Japanese companies. Like now, we are seeing the fruits of that partnership. Hopefully, that the partnership between Square Enix and Xbox will continue to improve and will not deteriorate like last time what happened into the Xbox One generation. I hope that this will be good signs for the future for Xbox and Square Enix, and hopefully the relationships between Xbox and other Japanese publishers and developers itself. As for me, my thoughts in the game, I have not yet tried playing the Mana series, even though I am a PlayStation player before, since I I did not mention to you before, but I started playing games actually in the family computer, which is, I think it is owned by Nintendo. Then when PlayStation showed up, I bought a PlayStation 1, 2, 3 until the PlayStation 4. I just recently started playing Xbox during this generation, this Xbox Series generation, because of the great value you can get for Game Pass. So if you're going to ask, did I not try to buy two consoles? Well, I cannot afford to buy two consoles. I can only afford to buy one, like most people do. They can only afford one console. So that's what I will say. So, like when showing me the gameplay with the Visions of Mana, it's your typical JRPG, open world, hack and slash, combat, but exploration. So it's just your many JRPGs open world. But what I like about this actually is actually the mascot, the wolf companion they have shown to us. They say it was they have inspiration from the Greek god Anubis, which is, I think that's a good inspiration, and you can see Anubis' similarities here in the face of the wolf companion. So for like what I said, for fans of JRPGs, and since this will this will be coming this year, so I hope that this will be another game that you will guys want to play and will enjoy. And what is good is that we are getting more JRPGs in the Xbox ecosystem. Not necessarily Game Pass, but it is great that more Japanese games are coming to the platform. Like for me, I am excited to play the release of Persona 3 Reload, since I am a big fan of Persona. I played the original Persona 3, which is the portable one where you can play as the female protagonist. You can pick between the male and female protagonist. I played that game. I also tried Fez in the PlayStation 2, but I just played it through emulator. But if you compare the two, the graphics of Fez are better, while the graphics on the portable is more on the visual novel style, but the essence of the game is the same. So, but that's why I'm uh, looking forward and very excited to play Persona 3 Reload, since I am very hyped, and that's the very first Persona game I played. So yeah, but we're getting out of topic since we are talking about the direct. So like what I said, this game is very nice, open world. So like what I said, those who are fans of JRPGs, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Star Ocean. I did kind of play Star Ocean a little bit before in the PS4, but it did not stick with me. So, but I know there will be fans of these types of games. So I hope that it will do well, so that Square Enix will continue to port more games here in Xbox. So the next game that we will be talking about is from Oxide Games. Actually, when I looked at this game became my second most excited release for this year, which is, I am a big fan of games like Civilization, which is, you can see their the gameplay is really like Civilization, where you grow your country or your empire to become the greatest power, where they have their own spin, where they say, you, even though you can see the daily to day activities and the different leaders, not only famous leaders, maybe presidents or emperors or kings, but there are also scientists or cultural greats. Like for example, maybe they will put Leonardo da Vinci. I don't know, but I think at least there is a wide range of characters, and I think it is good for. Xbox to have Ara Untold in their ecosystem, since that's one of the genres that Xbox is a little weak on their output. It is like those 4X strategy games. Actually, in my personal opinion, I wish and I hope that Xbox would go to Oxide and offer them a bag, so that Xbox would acquire them, so that they will be first party for they will be Xbox first party to add to their portfolio, and so that they will have a studio that is an expert in making strategy or real-time strategy games, or what the developers say here, the 4X games. So I we all know that this the graphics is very beautiful based on the video, and I hope that this is the things that are being shown to us through the developer direct, the trailers. I hope that's the real gameplay, not the actual, not only like CGI or something that is to have us all hooked, but it's not the real thing. But I think Xbox already learned their lesson, and it will not be like this. So I like what I said. I am very excited. This is my second most excited game of the show. I know that not many are fans of strategy games or 4X games, but at least that's why Game Pass is very good, since it gives us variety, gives us different forms of games to try, and for us to see what will be our next game, our next genre, next niche that we will play or we will like. The only caveat that I would say for this game about Ara History Untold is that this game is only available on PC and PC Game Pass. Well, I understand that majority of players will play this game on PC, but for me, unfortunately, my PC is not up to date and it does not have the greatest of graphics. That's my plan. Maybe hopefully this year I will upgrade my PC so that it can run the latest games. Even though it is, I'm not, I'm disappointed that they did not release it on Xbox on console. I just hope that they release it for both console and PC Game Pass. Well, that's life. We cannot have everything we want. So yeah, the next game they showed is Indiana Jones for Machine Games. When I saw the video of the villain talking to Indiana Jones, the first when I saw Indiana Jones' face, I was thinking, hey, he kind of looks like Harrison Ford. Yeah, but I'm not sure if they made the character through Harrison Ford's liking, or maybe they just have similarities or ano, what. But after looking at the gameplay, finding out that Todd Howard was very excited about this game, he was nervous when he was pitching the game, and seeing the gameplay, the mechanics, they're really true to the lore and to the fate of Indiana Jones, of the exploration, the adventure, the puzzles, the traps. And, you know, thinking about it now, Indiana Jones is Xbox answer for Uncharted. Yeah, where you explore, you observe, I know, not absorb, you adventure, you go and explore different caves, artifacts like that, where you fight enemies. And people are saying, like what I said before in the earlier in the video, about being first person and third person. I think there's no problem if the game is first person, because like what the developers say, they want us to experience being in Indiana Jones shoes. That's why it's best to focus it as a first person game, but there is third person aspects like cinematics, or when you're going to interact with certain objects like climbing a ladder. Well, I get their point of wanting to interact or really feeling the being in Indiana Jones's shoes, so which is first person. I think it's a good call. Even though it's a third person or a first person game, for me, it's no difference. It's just on preference. But the game itself looks very good. The gameplay, the fighting mechanics of using the whip, the punches, see the stealth, how they fight, it's all okay. But that's what I said like earlier the video. We should not judge. We should not command or force people to do or to have what we want if you're not itself developing the game. If you want the game to be in a certain way, you can request, you can give your opinion, but you should not force people to have it your way, because some people wants to do it their own way. If you really wanted to have it a third person, why did you not develop? Why you did not develop the game yourself? So I hope that people will stop complaining about it and just enjoy. That's what gaming is about, is to enjoy the games we have played. We should not, I know, if you are doing this and you want like that, and that means you're just console warring or you're just complaining. They say that bagay, there not all people are complaining. There's only a small portion of the gaming community complaining, which is, I know that Gaming Addict did not specifically mention them, but I know who are the ones complaining, and I think those are the ponies. Listen, if you people, those ponies out there who are always complaining, if you are always like that, you always complain about certain games just because you want it a certain way or not. I think it's better you don't play. You don't play games, because for us, if that's the way you always are, you complain about console warring, complain about no. If you are complaining about them, then why don't you complain about or complain to Sony? Why don't Sony or PlayStation have no games this year, and maybe next year they don't have games? See, if you're complaining about Indiana Jones, then complain about that to Sony, that they don't have any games for you this year, for next year. That's what they say. Don't critique others, or don't do others if you don't want others to do to you. You always do those things to Xbox. You always bash Xbox community that Xbox does no games. But when Sony does not have any games, or Sony has nothing to give you, you are mouth shut, you are quiet. But then Xbox has something for their fans, you will complain, you will criticize the games that they have. But you don't have any games this year upcoming, any first party exclusives, or maybe next year we are still not sure about Wolverine, but you're quiet. But I know that there are some PlayStation people who are calling out for PlayStation why there are no games, like Mistake, which is good, but just hope that people don't get too overly zealous about their console, since gaming is just for entertainment, enjoyment. It's not for console warring. So again, I'm sorry for that rant if that was what happened. I just hope that people will enjoy gaming itself actually. So again, that's the developer direct. Uh, for me, I will give you my list of the. I will rank those games that were shown. My top one most excited is, first of all, Indiana Jones. Second is, like what I said, is Aura History Untold, even though he's only that game is only on PC. That's my second most excited game, even though. Third is, truth be told, the third game that I am most excited about is Avowed. And I know many people will say, why is not Hellblade not on their tops? Like what I said, I already give you my reason. since Hellblade is my fourth and fifth is the Visions of Mana game. But this is just my personal opinion, but it does not say that or does not mean that some games are not good, some games are trash, but it is the opposite. All games are very, very nice, very good, but it's just not part of my. This is just my personal list. So for for me, if you're going to ask what will be I am be playing, I am planning to play Pal World since it just released yesterday, and maybe some F1 2020 since I am a racing fan, and I am very excited to play Persona 3 Reload. If Persona 3 Reload already released, I would definitely play that. Stop playing all the games I played and I'll go directly to Persona 3 Reload. So again, thank you for your time for listening to the video and watching the video. Hope you will like, share, and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you, everybody.